Going back to your other question, Madhav, about the link between brand building and values, for instance. So I think if I take some examples from the Tata Group, of course, we're very blessed that we had this original conception of a vision of the Tata founder for the role of community in business. And it got maybe further credentialized by the fact that the principal ownership of the Tata Group moved into the hands of charities, which are today India's largest charities. So for employees in the Tata Group, and indeed for the brand custodians in our companies, there's a clear connect and there's an authenticity to your commitment to doing more for the community. In fact, the Tata core purpose is to improve the quality of life of the communities the group serves. So there's a link between that, your ownership structure, the business philosophy of your founder that has been carried through successive chairmen. So a few years back, a couple of our companies ran interesting campaigns where they actually talked about their values, not necessarily the business. So I'll give you an example. Tata Steel, if you recall, ran a campaign called Values Stronger Than Steel. It's a very catchy phrase, but it was all about the Tata values. It wasn't actually about the product you were building. But another Tata company, Tata Capital in financial services, ran something that it called the Do Right campaign. And they ran a series of ads on television, which just showed ways in which people do ethical things and try and sort of work for the benefit of other stakeholders, not so much about financial services per se. Now, this kind of connect in your brand, between your brand and your values, you have to be very careful. And in Tata's case, I think there was a certain level of authenticity. You could carry it off. But you're quite right that sometimes if there isn't walking the talk that happens behind the brand building campaign, people will see through it. And that's why you're often warned these days, especially in environmental issues, that there's so much quote unquote greenwashing that's happening. People are passing off things as a commitment to the environment and to society. But if you dig a little bit deeper, you don't find that. The second risk for even brands like Tata, and you saw that quite recently with this whole controversy on the IGCAT, is people then expect you to be consistent and to live your values in every situation. So Tanish ran an ad, which is based on a campaign that they called Ekatvam, unity in the country. But within a few days, when there was a little bit of pushback on a particular rendition of that concept, they withdrew the ad. Then people start questioning, look, are you really committed? Because you say one thing and then the minute there's some pressure, it looks as if you didn't have the courage of conviction to follow it through. So, the stakes become higher if you profess to be a values-driven organization.